Alright. Oh, hang on, wrong button.
Oh.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we are live with this game already. KSpot versus Spitfire, and they are very far through the picks and bans. So I'm going to go slowly so Target can catch up.
I'm through the bans, go.
Okay, some will call Giannis banned for the side of KSpot. Spitfire has banned up Hell and a Wheelish. Khepri picked up by KSpot, immediately followed up by Serqet and Geb from Spitfire as they banned out a Wheelish instead of the Serqet. Xbalanque and Athena finally for KSpot, and now I'm caught up. How far did you get through?
We're up to Xbalanque and Athena, and again, that was me keeping up with them. It's not like we were behind. It was they went ban, 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 ban.
Yeah,
it was like, guys, slow down. I get that you know what you want, but like, you've got 60 seconds. So
yeah.
And I find this interesting that a Wheelish was banned out. Again, I understand every ban makes sense. You know, Sun Wukong, Giannis, especially for the first pick team, it gives you options. Spitfire banning out Hell and a Wheelish because, again, those are two characters that you don't want the first pick team to get. Now, Khepri's available and Khepri is taken, meaning that, again, Spitfire's going to have to play around the Khepri, but Spitfire was allowed to take Serqet, another character that you have to play around in some regards, which means that KSpot can't go any other healing composition, though, again, Serqet's ultimate does not apply through Khepri's ultimate, nor does it spread if you die via the ultimate.
Yeah,
I'd like to see an Ao Kuang here on. I would have liked to have seen an Ao Kuang or a Thanatos instead of a Serqet because.
What?
Yes, Thanatos ban. I don't know why. Just roll with it. Just roll with it.
Well, actually, I think I know why. It was mostly because Spitfire, they know. They don't. They already have the jungle, so they don't want to ban out anyone that they may want to play. So they ban out someone that they think KSpot may go for, and Thanatos can actually be quite a snowball character, especially with someone like Khepri to help him along, and Athena as well. But the most interesting thing is the fact that we have Khepri and Athena on the same team for the side of KSpot, so that means it looks like it's going to be either an Athena jungle or a Khepri solo, depending on which one they want to do. But because of the Xbalanque, I assume it's going to be a Khepri in the support role and Athena in the jungle or solo. But we do see the Hui also got picked up for the side of Spitfire, Thanatos got banned out, then Bologna was banned out for the side of the KSpot, Noir picked up for Spitfire.
Indeed. So, again, interesting picks here. I like the Noir. I just mentioned, why I like the Noir previously. Now, Mindy and ElBrochacho, the last two for a KSpot. Brochacho, the support player for a KSpot, should be playing the Khepri in support, though we have seen him play a lot of... Oh, hello. I'm just going to put these...
Wow.
Wait. I want chat to see these before we say them, because you have to really feel these picks. Okay, they're up. It's sunk in. Can you say that?
I don't like it.
I don't like it either. That's why I'm letting it sink in. I like Puch. I don't like Odin.
I like Puch as well, and Odin has potential, especially on this team, because it's sort of locking people in. But I don't like those two together, specifically because of the interaction between Puch's ultimate and Odin's ring. Puch's ultimate gets blocked by Odin's ring. If you activate it outside, you have to activate it inside to get it to work.
That's doable.
And that kind of is doable, but it means that anyone who escapes is still not going to get slowed by if you get Gem of Isolation or something. So I'm not too sure about it. Whether it works out, we'll have to see. But, I mean, Spitfire picked up Sobek for their solo laner, just to make sure that they have this
That's
quite interesting...
I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting for the trading to stop, because
okay, it stopped.
Well, here's the problem, because the last game I cast KSpot in, Cliff was playing AD carry because FullPenetration was subbed out. So FullPenetration's back on AD carry. Cliff's playing
jungle,
I think. Brochacho's still the support. Okay. Brochacho's playing Odin support, and it's Khepri solo.
Yeah, Khepri solo, Xbalanque ADC, Athena jungle, Puch mid, and Odin support. What?
I don't like this.
Meanwhile, on the side of Spitfire, we see Serqet jungle, Huyi ADC, Nuwa mid, Sobek solo, and Geb support.
See, that makes sense. Like, solo Beck's support, solo fine, okay, solo Beck's whatever. We've seen him since Season 0, it's fine. I don't like the Khepri solo. That's my biggest issue here. Like, if you put an, especially because you've got an Odin support and an Athena jungle, there's no damage on this team. You kill Xbalanque and or Puch, congratulations, it's over. Your team fight has no other damage.
Yeah.
Odin's not tanky unless he gets items online, and guess what? A Huyi Geb can blow up an Odin Xbalanque. Odin's gonna jump in Bird Bomb, and he's gonna get stunned out and killed.
Not to mention the biggest sort of people that you want locked in those in that cage, sort of the mid laner, the assassin, and the hunter.
Oh wait, they all have jumps.
Huyi, Serqet, Nuwa, all of those can get out as long as Nuwa uses her ultimate for it, of which she probably wants to just to make sure that there's to find out who's around. Yep. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit difficult for KSpot to sort of try and get these picks off with the Odin cage. I want to see exactly how they perform this and who they target. I think KSpot can do this still. There is a chance for it. But we're going to have to see exactly how they pull this off, I think, which we're not going to be able to find until we get into the game, which will be in about a minute 30. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back with this game of Free KSpot versus Spitfire, which is going to be very interesting.
Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. It appears that we lied to you ever so slightly. That wasn't really a lie.
We got it right.
We got it right.
We got it right with the Odin support.
Yes, Odin support's correct. So, we're just going to reintroduce the teams here. So, we've got Free KSpot in the blue team, bottom side of your minimap, left-hand side of your spectator UI. FullPenetration on Xbalanque as your AD carry hunter. Got that right. ElBrochacho as your support Odin. Got that right. Puch as your mid lane... Mindy Rocks as your mid lane Puch. And then, this is where things get weird. Copebby on your jungle, Khepri, who just popped a purple potion, and then Cliff as your solo lane Athena. So, Cliff is back to his roots of solo laner, which I haven't seen him play in 6 months.
Ages.
So, again, it's possible he's been playing it in scrims, it's possible that I haven't been casting him, but I cast him Thursday in another community tournament, and he was playing ADC. So... I mean, yes, FullPenetration wasn't there, but again, that's my excuse for not knowing where Cliff is supposed to be. Also, Athena solo, not all that strong because she needs to be in solo lane, not, you know, anywhere else. So that means that she needs to be able to, if she ults away, she then has to use a TP back in. And here's the invade.
Yeah, Solo's going to see the invade, but it's going to be too late already. Cliff is going to pick it up, and now this is very bad for the Mollusk, because he doesn't have level 2. But Cliff went for the dash and the shield wall first, so luckily he's just going to be able to get away using the Death Bane. They didn't go for the speed buff, and that's going to cost them a little bit of time, because more importantly now, the Khepri can get into mid lane, get both of those camps. Because Serqet either has to accept that she's going to lose a buff at some point, and she's going to accept that she's going to lose the mid camps this time, because that speed buff is too big to not to give up.
That is true.
Definitely going to be able to pick that up, but Khepri is going to be able to take out this right side one, and they should be able to do the left side one pretty quickly as well. Are they going to even look to invade here? They are actually going to look to invade on this back camp. What's going to happen here? Copebby is level 3, going to get the pull onto Deadly Midget. Deadly Midget is going to be taking a lot of damage from the outpush. The minion's going to come out with a stun. Copebby is trying to get a little bit more damage, can't find it though. Deadly Midget just scrapes away with his life.
So
potions are OP.
So you know, again, I mean, the tick healing, excuse me, of that health potion is huge. It's gonna help keeping Mollusk, or excuse me, Deadly Midget alive, and Deadly Midget will just be going through there. I just realized we have both space skins in the mid lane. Yeah.
Yeah, we do. That's pretty interesting. But, I mean, this is very ridiculous, and now Spitfire are put really far behind as we see that the SPL Week 9 is about to start. Thank you very much for telling us that, but now we see Free KSpot about 400 gold ahead, because they secured both mid-camps early on.
Indeed, and Cliff going right in the solo lane. We do see Serqet hanging out, but she's just sitting here not getting anything. Deadly Midget actually going to get caught out. Doesn't even know that that Khepri is behind her, and Khepri is here. Can he get a pull on anybody is the question. Because again, his pull goes through minions, unlike Sobek's. Even though Sobek's used
that's probably that's quite a big thing. We're gonna have to see what Cliff wants to do, or even Copebby wants to do. They're just gonna play it safe right now. Know that they're not gonna do too much early on, because again, although the pull does go through minions, it's a pull duration of 1.7 seconds. And it's quite a slow pull. You drop down to about half speed or so as you pull. So you've got to be quite careful about exactly how you do it. The funny thing that I do love seeing is watching full speed build Khepris with heavenly agility just try and pull someone. It's funny to watch.
It's very entertaining. So we are going to see Geb rolling on in, gonna get the bump onto one, knock up onto the other, and now Copebby and Mindy in maybe some trouble. Copebby gonna get knocked out. Oh my goodness, there's the damage, and that is the burst that I was talking about. But he's gonna ult himself. He's gonna be right. Odin's gonna come in as well. You're gonna see the ultimate coming out there, and Copebby is going to get killed by Mollusk, actually, not by New. There's the taunt into the Geb as well, and Typhlosion is trying to get out of there as the Serqet ultimate does finish ticking off. Deadly Midget going to fall to full penetration as he does show up to the fight, and now he is looking for a little bit more chasing onto that Geb. Bottom side of that fight, ElBrochacho looking to run away. He does manage to make it out of there. Cliff doing a good job of defending his support, oddly enough. And now that should be... Wow.
Yeah, that is the
that was a 2-for-1 fight, and the camps hadn't even spawned yet. The camps still have not spawned yet.
Yeah, the camps got taken down pretty off tilt, so they're not going to be up for a little bit longer. The mid camps on the right hand side is going to be up in about 30 seconds or so, I think. Actually, no, less than that. Now. They've just come up, so that's going to hurt Spitfire a little bit, because they thought they were going to win that fight pretty easily, and Full Penetration actually nearly got a double kill there, very close to finishing off Typhlosion. He just had enough mana to be able to get the Stone Shield out though, so just scraping out there.
Again, and that's what we're going to see, I think, in this game, is that Spitfire has a great team fight. However, Free KSpot has a pretty decent one as well, and Free KSpot has that Athena ultimate, which means that she can get in before Sobek does. Beads popped by Deadly Midget. Deadly Midget going to get rooted out. And, oh, there's the blink in. There's the ultimate coming out with that ring from ElBrochacho. We're going to see Mindy come in, and there's the ultimate from her as well, and those are doing work, and those little UFOs are going to finish off Deadly Midget, and now we're going to see Cliff coming in as well. Cliff looking for some more damage. Is going to get knocked back in. Cliff going to finish off the mollusk, and Cliff is in trouble. There is the ultimate from Copebby that is going to save Cliff, and Jungle Khepri is actually doing alright so far.
Yeah.
So I'm not a huge fan of these reinforced greaves on Brochacho, but Brochacho is a guy that he gets reinforced greaves on almost every single support that he plays, I've noticed.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, it's actually an interesting idea that he's gone for the 30% crowd CC reduction rather than going for anything, purely because he doesn't want to... The small bits of, like, knockups and pulls that they have and stuns, if you can reduce those even more than normal, it's actually going to make it quite difficult to lock down an Odin, which is kind of what you want. And so it means that these sort of stuns that Hui and Nuar have, which are actually very temperamental, and you have to get them really right. You have to put a lot into them to be able to do it. You have to throw out 2 abilities to get those stuns. If then they're suddenly reduced for 30% extra, so they're basically sort of stunning him for under a second already, well, yeah, it's going to make it quite annoying almost to fight against. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does. You do lose like the cooldown and stuff for it though. Balentine's going to get pulled into tower though, taunted in afterwards as well, forced to dash away. Copebby is there in the mid lane. We see Mollusk actually diving the tier 1 tower. Looks like Balentine is not going to survive this one though. Cliff is on no health at all. Copebby diving the tower is going to be doing that, actually using his ultimate. He did not need it, but just going to use it anyway. On the dual lane, Xbalanque trying to get out, but this is not going to get it. Gets taunted in the middle of the dash, and it looks like Spitfire are actually going to start off the Gold Fury.
Yeah, I mean, other than the fact that Odin's here, this is a great call. And Brochacho is going to be the savior that his team needs. Maybe I'm going to be on the Brochacho cam. He's looking for it. Bird Bomb is down, which means that all he can hope for is the actual lunge damage itself. Gold Fury sitting on 1,000 health, gonna land in just a little bit too soon. He's gonna get blown up. He's gonna drop the ring though. Spitfire is gonna take that Gold Fury, and now his team is here, and Mindy is going to kill one, ElBrochacho going to kill the other, and that's 2 for a Gold Fury at 7 minutes in. That's actually almost worth it, especially as Cliff is going deep, looking for Deadly Midget as well.
Yeah, unfortunately he doesn't have any follow-up. He can only get a tiny bit of damage with the shield wall. But, I mean, that was enough. That was enough to make it say, wasn't quite worth it, but we're still in the lead after that. We still pulled up enough. You can see it was it was very close.
Yeah, the swing pulled it back to, about 10 gold or so. And now it's back to 900, and it's probably going to stabilize at about 1,000 again in favor of free KSpot. So that definitely good swing. But again, two kills plus a buff, very big deal. And again, Cliff using this rotation to his advantage. And yeah, I'm intrigued to see where this goes from here. We see no teleport yet on the Sobek. Sobek is purely going off of movement speed alone, meaning that Cliff has 2 teleports available pretty much at all times. Yeah,
so it is quite useful. It means that he can teleport out the lane into a fight and then teleport back. So, and the fact that Sobek doesn't have that much damage to towers means that that's going to be quite useful. We do see in the left-hand lane, ElBrochacho going to go down to Turnip, pull coming out from Athena. Turnip taking a lot of damage. He doesn't have his dive bomb up. FullPenetration finally going to finish him off. Typhlosion on quite a large amount of health. He's not really going to go down here, but there are a lot of people in the jungle. Mollusk actually forced to use the blink early already. Deadly Midget's here. He doesn't have his ultimate. Copebby going to get haunted with the Cobra's Kiss. Cliff is going and getting Typhlosion, forcing him to use the Stone Shield. If ElBrochacho was here, they could get the ultimate off there, but they don't have the cage just yet. Now Copebby going to get pulled in with that. The ultimate's going to come out as well, and I think he's just going to get out safely. He's not really in that much of a problem. Slow from the outwash as well. Going to stop Balentine chasing up. Nice disengage from those guys in general.
Yeah, very, very good fight there. And again, as you said, if ElBrochacho had been there, probably could have been a couple more kills for free KSpot. Good pressure by Spitfire, but not enough damage just yet. They're just a little bit too far behind right now, I think is probably the best way to word it.
Yeah, they are getting a little bit behind. They're definitely still... They're nowhere near sort of incomprehensible amounts of behind us. I don't know what I'm saying right now, but
they're behind to the point where you're noticing it in the fights, but they're not so behind that they can't come back.
Yeah,
they don't have the oomph behind their damage. I think is probably the best way to word it. As my brain is short-circuiting right now, so these basic statements are just not happening.
Well, I think both of us are just too dumbfounded by free KSpot actually winning this game, considering they have Athena, Khepri, and Odin, not to mention that none of them are in the sort of correct roles that we usually see in this meta, as per se.
As per se, indeed. And again, I mean, we see everybody on free KSpot except for Athena has died. So it's not like they're all standout performances. It's 1-1-1-1-0. But 2 kills on Xbalanque, 1 kill on Odin, 5 assists on Odin, 2 kills on Opwash, 4 assists on Opwash, 1 kill on Khepri, 3 assists on Khepri, 2 kills on Athena, 6 assists on Athena. So Cliff has been a part of every single kill in this game so far for his team, and Copebby in some trouble, getting blown up right here, and this may be his death as his ultimate is... Oh no, he gets the ultimate off on himself, and now ElBrochacho and Cliff are here as Cliff does come down. The ultimate comes out from Mindy as well. Mindy going to finish off the mollusk, and there's the ultimate from the midget, but that is not going to be too much death today.
Okay, we're still going to see the fight going on in mid lane just a little bit. I think just making sure they get clear is mostly what's happening there. But can we just mention the fact that we had the Odin blink in on top of Copebby with the Athena ultimate there, and then Mindy Rocks just sort of walks in through the cage and starts ulting. Yeah. I think that's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to bait in with the Khepri ultimate, which is why he's leveling it so... well, he hasn't got it up to level 2 yet, which he can if he wants to. He's just trying to get the Abduct and Rising Dawn up to max rank, both of those two together, just so he can actually do a lot. But technically, he can start leveling up Scarab's Blessing a little bit more to try and bait in a lot of people. Because as soon as he goes into that ultimate, which in that case baited in Typhlosion's ultimate, Deadly Midges, and the mollusks as well. So that was 3 ultimates used, and 3 very powerful ultimates used.
Yes, but
and they'd also dived in on him.
And
so
I think
that
especially
meant
that
that
Serqet
could follow up.
Yeah. As again, you know, characters like Serqet, where you can't stop the damage once you start applying it, are characters that Khepri is designed to counter. Because if Khepri ults somebody that Serqet has ulted, guess what? Serqet can't take that damage back. Serqet can't go, wait, I don't want to apply those last 2 ticks until... Now, nope, doesn't matter, it's gone. It's gone.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's the nice thing about Serqet, but on the other hand, that also means that Khepri's guaranteed to get those revives.
Yeah, and the biggest problem is who do you get to kill Copebby here? There's a couple of gods
Turnip?
on there. Yeah, Turnip, deadlymidge, and the mollusk are those guys who can actually kill Copebby. You're going to see the blink force used beads is deadlymidge, so that's going to be down for the next fight. So they could actually burst her before she even gets up into her ultimate if they want to do that. Typhlosion going to get rooted, forced to use the Zone Shield as well, so that's going to be a big deal. That means that they can't stop this, and there goes the ultimate.
And
why it was used just then, not sure. But this
it's enough to see where Athena is, and Athena is off split pushing. Copebby is getting blown up very, very quickly. You're going to see the ultimate coming out from Balentine as well. There's the ultimate from There's the ultimate from Copebby onto himself once again. He's going to res himself right on top of it, and there we go. There's that the combo we were talking about. Odin is going to get that off. Mollusk is going to finish off Mindy, and that is not going to spread. I don't think Cliff is going to fall as well. Cliff TPing in and then immediately dying. We are going to see Odin trying to get away. We'll make it out with that bird bomb. However, we are going to see Mollusk coming in. Good slow from ElBrochacho. No! The triple bounce is real! Turnip going to finish him off, and now Balentine continuing on to full penetration, going in deep looking for this. Turnip is going to get the mark of Golden Crow. Going to get the pull off as well, and now he just needs to get the ricochet. There we go. Doesn't even need the actual bounce, just the hit, and now Balentine is going to fall though to the tower, but that's just a tower kill, and Khepri, Copebby does survive, but that is it. Mollusk is, the game thinks he's actually dead. He's so low that the game keeps flashing into gray.
Wait, let me just check. He's currently on 38 health, so he was probably on about 2 health at that
Again,
point.
the game thought he was dead.
Yeah, you got to be quite careful being that low. But I mean, that was a really good fight for Spitfire. They did what I was talking about, and they just sort of left Copebby alone. He naturally died to the general damage that Spitfire had, and that's kind of what you have to do with a Khepri, especially if they're a Khepri who likes ulting themselves, which is Copebby's tactic of baiting stuff onto him. So what happened was, they had Copebby go into his ultimate, then ElBrochacho goes, oh, he's in his ultimate, I should probably use mine as well. Cliff TP'd over, and then we had, in the background, Turnip and Mollusk were just sort of sitting behind the cage, taking out Mindy Rocks, taking out full penetration, so their damaging characters fell apart. And now you've got a front line who's just used all of their ultimates, and they can't escape you. And so they just turned around and took everything else out. Copebby used his ultimate and did actually get into it, I think. But it was... he's used his ultimate already. What can you do to sort of turn that around? Yeah,
so the bigger issue is the fact that we're going to see attack speed buff is going to get stolen away from Copebby by the Mollusk, and that might be it. But anyways, as I was saying, there's 3 damage dealers on Spitfire, and they are 3 very heavy damage dealers on Nuwa, Serqet, and Geb, or not Geb, on Huyi. And it's still 2 very strong tanks on Sobek as well, and Geb as well, meaning that if you get all 5 members in a team fight...
On the duo lane, we're going to see Mollusk actually blinked in on top of full penetration. Then nice taunt from Cliff, though. Going to force Mollusk back out, so that was the ultimate down on full penetration, along with the blink as well. Geb's going to roll in, looking for something, I think. Actually, most of it is just in disengage onto the 2 characters up there, because Mollusk is on about half health. So... the Nuwa Fog actually didn't zoned out 3 of them. Didn't really want to get hit by that and show where they were.
Yeah, so very well played there by Spitfire. But as I was saying, really quickly, there's some damage on free KSpot. Just 2 players, really. There are 2 members, though, really doing serious damage. Over on the other side, though, with Spitfire, if you can force KSpot to put all their damage on... okay, this is going to be a Ted Typhlosion, but how many ultimates have been used so far? It's been a 1-for-1 in terms of ultimates, but 4 members... putting in everything to get the kill, and it goes to the support.
Yeah.
It's not good.
You've got to be careful about that, using that amount. We're going to see the blinking from Copebby, not going to hit Mollusk though. The Death Rain not going to hit Mindy either, so it's just a little bit of damage onto him with the Cobra Skist. Not enough to sort of secure any huge amounts of damage. Actually, on the left-hand side, FullPenetration diving in onto the Yi with Cliff's ultimate on him, but again, they can't really find that much of it. Interesting thing to note, Cliff went for this Breastplate of Valor, trying to get as many ultimates off, so basically trying to be a very aggressive solo laner, but there is a Sobek split pushing in the right-hand lane.
Which is odd. I cannot fathom a Sobek split push. What? But we are seeing Sobek will be taking, actually will not be taking the first tower of the game. He'll be taking his team's first tower of the game, but KSpot takes their first tower. Gonna see Xbalanque ultimate coming out, but we are gonna see the ultimates coming out from Spitfire as well. And now Copebby is in some trouble, but he is looking to try and find something. Actually, he's gonna get blown up really quickly. Turnip gonna kill him before he can do anything. ElBrochacho still tanking the tower, trying to take it down as quickly as possible. And that will be the first tier 2 tower of the game, but that is a 1 for none, as now Deadly Midget and Typhlosion are continuing on. We are going to see the Cataclysm going out, and Mindy is going to pop her ultimate and trying to disengage, but she is getting knocked up. And we are going to see a beautiful cage, but Deadly Midget is going to finish her off there with the fog. Mindy will fall, and now ElBrochacho is in trouble and is on the run. Cliff is backing, saying, dude, you are on your own. Good stop by Typhlosion to not hit him away with that knock, with that rollout. And now ElBrochacho is going to fall, but Cliff had already started channeling his ultimate, meaning that it will be considered used, and this will be another tier 1 tower, most likely, in favor of free KSpot.
Yeah, that's going to be a nice tier 1 tower, just taking them across all of the board. Even though free KSpot actually took out both of the dual lane towers, that's not going to be the equivalent of the gold worth that this is. But we still see the fight coming in. Cliff going to get pulled into the back line. He doesn't have his dash, he just used it. Balentine just here, slowing everyone down, using quite a lot. Then Cliff finally going to be finished off. Copebby in the middle of his ultimate as well, and it spread. The Serqet ultimate spread onto him, I think. No, it didn't. But he's still going to be finished off by
that kill's going to be huge.
Typhlosion finishing off FullPenetration as well. Mindy Rocks and ElBrochacho, the only 2 left alive, as this tier 2 tower is taken down in answer from Spitfire.
By left alive, we mean have respawned and come back to the fight. Everybody has died at this point on free KSpot. So, just keep that in mind. We are going to see Gold Fury call here, and ElBrochacho knows it, so he's trying to get in there. Balentine just body blocking, trying to bide his time. ElBrochacho going to drop the slow on Balentine, looking for something, but I don't know if he can find anything here. Mindy is in the area as well. No blink, though, for Upwatch, so there's no real way to get in there. Balentine is going to get stuck inside that Odin cage, and we are going to see the Athena ultimate as well. It looks like free KSpot want to try and fight this, but I don't know if they can.
Yeah, well, I mean, they did a lot of damage to deadlymidge because they're forced to use the beads and to get away. Cliff is in the middle of everything, but he's just used all his damage. Balentine is going to go down. He took a little too much damage trying to defend off ElBrochacho, but him for the Gold Fury, I think, is right at this point, is definitely worth it.
Definitely. We did see the ultimate coming out from Turnip as well, which means that there is not going to be any Falling Suns? I forgot the name of it. This is awkward. We are going to see them trying to start the Fire Giant, and that new ultimate says, hey, we see you, and they need to decide whether they want to actually try and commit on this or not. They do have the Upwash ultimate available. We are going to see FullPenetration heal up off of this, and I think they're going to blow up with Serqet first.
Yeah, they're going to try and blow up the Serqet first. She's already used both of her initiations. They're going to go onto the Give, actually, and make sure he can't use the Stone Shield. Forces to use it himself. But the perfect Cataclysm, and now that's a deadly midget as he is stuck in the cage. Typhlosion going to get pulled in as well. Nice Cobra's Kiss, actually going to keep him alive for a little bit longer. Not long enough though. Outwash is here. We do see Balentine TPing in on that ward, and now he's going to start causing a whole lot of problems. Cliff going to channel his ultimate onto the Outwash. Gonna look for it, gonna get a really nice pull though. Cliff is on no health at all. The Khepri ultimate is used though, and now he's suddenly on a lot more than he thought. Copebby is on no health though. He's gonna be finished off FullPenetration, looking for it. Mindy Rock's gonna get taken down. The Balentine ultimate, triple kill! And looking for Cliff, who is on about half health. I don't think they can kill him, but they can do the Fire Giant if they really wanted to. Gotta be careful though with Mollusk's health. He's actually gonna tank it.
Mollusk missed. Not necessarily paying attention to that correctly. And actually, we're going to see Cliff coming in here as well. Cliff looking for Mollusk. Mollusk is going to make it out of here. Balentine Cam continuing to come forward here onto this Balentine. Going to chase him away again, and actually, we're going to see the damage coming out. We're going to see the ultimate from Serqet. They do not want to deal with Cliff. Cliff is going to die here. Nuwa ultimate used as well. There's nobody alive. Deadly Midgets. That is actually the first time I've ever seen a new ult truly be wasted.
Yeah.
Because normally at least there's vision. And I get it, like he was trying to kill Cliff, but they just burned everything onto this Athena.
Yeah, but I mean, luckily, even though they burned everything, I don't think KSpot are going to get here in time. You can actually see Balentine trying to zone them out. Copebby going to get knocked up. Actually, not going to do anything because the pull happened from Balentine at the same time as the Fire Giant knockup. Spitfire going to take out the Fire Giant, but ElBrochacho is in here with his ultimate doing as much damage as possible. Actually going to take huge damage from Balentine. deadlymidge is going to finish him off. Balentine finishing off Copebby. The Puch ultimate used, but it's not in the right position and is not going to really count too much apart from getting
mollusk at the end.
FullPenetration has the Athena ultimate on him. He's chasing it up, looking for deadlymidge. The beads came out just to make sure the taunt didn't happen, but deadlymidge is not going to live much longer.
That shield of the underworld didn't work for Cliff.
Yeah, the stun also missed Mindy, sadly, from Turnip. Otherwise, they probably would have got the kill on him as well.
So that's 2 kills by Spitfire onto KSpot. They did lose Deadly Midget, but 4 of the 5 members of Spitfire do have Fire Giant right now, and they do have the tower advantage by 2. All Tier 1 towers are down on the side of KSpot, as well as the Tier 2 tower on the dual lane side. However, all towers on the dual lane side are down, meaning that it's all about the equilibrium of the minion waves at this point over there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we actually press F3 and have a look at this, we can see that KSpot originally were in the lead, and then about the 15-minute mark, Spitfire goes, no, I'm going to finally drag you down. They were really far ahead, then they got that Gold Fury, very nearly took it back, and now it's just going even further and further into Spitfire's favour. You can see the 2 Gold Furies that they secured afterwards. Yeah, and now Spitfire has the late game damage. They have the Huyi, who does very insane amounts of damage late game. Serqet is also doing huge amounts. Noir does a lot, whereas on KSpot,
Sobek does okay as well.
Yeah, so Sobek does quite a lot. He's been doing a hell of a lot of damage if we actually have a look at that. He's currently 4th.
So we're going to see ultimate coming out here from Mindy, and we are going to see Mindy getting killed, but will getting pulled out as well. Copebby in some trouble, which should be alright. Going to get under tower, and again, a good 3-man ultimate coming out there from that cage, but onto 2 as we will see Turnip making his way up and out. But now they're looking at Cliff, and Cliff is probably going to die. Yeah, Balentine going to finish him off. Balentine on a rampage, getting that last damage off every single time. And now we're going to see Serqet going deep, coming back out the bottom side, considering jumping back in as well. And this is a dead tier 2 tower that they are giving up for not. And as you said, yes, you know, Sobek 3rd on his team. That's just, again, scary. But that's also just, he's able to stay in this fight. He's tanky enough that he doesn't need to worry about surviving, or he doesn't need to worry about, you know, what damage he's taking. And so he can just continue to apply damage with his basics or with his abilities. And with that, do frontliner things, compared to KSpot, where they've got 3 frontliners who have to worry about staying alive and who are starting to fall behind a little bit. And Sobek is going to make it out of here, but again, how much is going to be used on him if they actually are even able to kill him is the question. Balentine just not getting taken down to half health, and he's actually baiting in the enemy team here as he's going to get put in this cage, but he's the only person in this cage. Once again, Mindy's ultimate not going to hit where they need it to, and now Balentine lurking in the water, looking for something. ElBrochacho going to get blown up, and Copebby will save his life, but again, for what is the question? Sure, Spitfire, I mean, at this point, everybody burned everything.
Yeah, and should we go to see
Typhlosion
pulled in as well? The Stone Shields has already come out. Really nice catch, should save him. The slow going to come out, but too late. FullPenetration very nearly dead. Mollusk finishing off Khepri in the background. Mindy finishing off Mollusk. Turnip finishing off ElBrochacho. And I think now this is KSpot realizing this is not a good fight. They're regenerating health slowly on the side of Spitfire with that, the Fire Giant buff. And you can see Typhlosion going to try and defend this Cliff, looking for a lot of damage, but he's not going to find much. He's just slowing them down, taking out this Phoenix, but it is finally going to go down. First Phoenix of the game falls to Spitfire.
And again, this 3 Protect 2 comp is not working out for KSpot. The biggest you can really hope for is 2 Protect 3. And I think that's what we're realizing is that this is too far into that whole healing tank meta that we're in right now. I think KSpot tried to push it a little bit too far. They went, okay, we're going to get some Mail of Renewals online, we're going to get some tanks, and we're just going to go for it. Not working. You know, it worked in the early game because, again, the basic scaling is great, but you then need so much gold to actually get the scaling numbers that Spitfire have, because they scale at a higher percentage per power item, that they can afford to do some of these hybridy things. And we see Serqet has a Deathbringer and a Malice online. That hurts a lot.
Well, a couple of things that I want to say is, first of all, the tanks that KSpot picked up, they're kind of a little too... they're a little too damaging, almost, is what I'm going to put it down to. Okay. They do a lot... Well, they do too much, meaning that they have to have their CC toned down a little, or they don't have securable enough CC. And if you actually have a look, there's sort of a couple of them that you want to beat out their damage, like Athena and Khepri, maybe the abduction spawn, but you can see that actually they're using it on Typhlosion. Typhlosion is just getting bursted down. Really nice Cataclysm should keep him alive, and that's just what's been happening. They go on Typhlosion or Balentine with the sort of stuff that you want to have, and they're doing it again on Balentine. He's on about half health still. He doesn't need the Geb Shield because he's actually got a lot. Turnip taking down FullPenetration in the background, and now the Odin cage is out looking for Mindy Rocks. Is the Mollusk going to be able to do it? And now the Khepri ult is actually used on Mindy Rocks as well. Copebby is going to be taken down by the Death Bane, and now he's going to look for Mindy Rocks, going to get taunted in though, and that's the dead Mollusk. Turnip finishes off Mindy, and now everyone is chasing up. It's Balentine actually TP'd over as well. They're going to start up the Fire Giant.
Yeah, Fire Giant is available 29 minutes in. The Fire Giant will be relatively tanky, sitting at 14,000 health, but at the same time with 4 members up and no Mollusk. Mollusk, again, not really a huge objective damage dealer, so they should be perfectly fine with this. And Odin is in the area, but I really don't think that ElBrochacho can do much here. Level 16 Odin doesn't have a whole lot of damage. Athena is here as well. Spitfire going to take the Fire Giant down, and this should be 2 dead for naught as well. ElBrochacho trying to keep them away. He will die for his solo laner. Cliff should be able to make it out of here, but again, Spitfire sitting very strongly in the lead at 30 minutes, and this is really what one would expect, I would think, when you have a support Odin. Again, Odin, one of the sort of definitions of early game in something like the support role, where his damage and CC, which he doesn't really have any in terms of CC, fall off like ultimate for Mindy in an awkward position.
Yeah, that pull was a really nice job. Cliff actually forced to use his taunt onto Turnip, but they didn't really have much follow-up. Cliff actually in the Shield of the Underworld. Not going to be enough to keep him alive though. Phoenix falls down. Nice knock away from onto FullPenetration, just to make sure that he can't really do too much. I think they want to look for this last Phoenix, just to make sure that they guarantee it's going to be down. deadlymidge has the it has the play soldiers, so they can still do quite a bit of damage to this. Copebby going to pull in the deadlymidge, immediately going to be forced to use his ultimate. Took about 3 shots, and he's still going to go down afterwards. The Serqet ultimate use on that as well. Balentine is still alive. All 5 of Spitfire are alive into this Titan. The ultimate going to be used and pull Sunbreaker, by the way, and then Balentine going to pull FullPenetration into it. That is the end of the game. Spitfire, after a bit of a rocky start, finally going to be able to take it out and win this game.
Indeed, they are 31 to 17, 30 minutes, 31 seconds, 76 to 59,000 in terms of gold. 4 Gold Furies all went the way with Spitfire, 2 Fire Giants as well, so they were able to just kind of, once you get going, you go. And there's nothing that free KSpot can do. And I think the draft is really what killed free KSpot there. Not anything else.
They could have this protect. This protect 2 comp can sometimes work. It is possible, but the way that it was drafted for free KSpot, they had 3 sort of fairly early game tanks who fall off in their CC a little bit late game. Sort of, if you actually have a look, the only CC that they really had was the Athena taunt and the Khepri taunt. The Khepri abduct. So those couldn't really do too much, and they tried comboing it. It was the Athena taunt into the Khepri pull, of which those pulls were being used onto Balentine and Typhlosion. They were trying to burst out these tags, so the Protect 3 comp suddenly broke apart. Well, it could break apart, but unfortunately they were too tanky. And so it just made it that they couldn't find these picks, and then they used all of their beadsable sort of poke and then that just stuck them with Xbalanque and ElBrochacho, who are really only late game carries. ElBrochacho does a decent amount early on, and you actually saw it happen every now and again. But it just wasn't enough when it comes to the late game, because the Xbalanque wasn't able to get going. He actually had to buy Fatalis before he could go into crit. So he still didn't have Rage finished off by the end of that game, just to make it very difficult for him. Whereas on the side of Spitfire, they had a Serqet who turns up late game, a Nuwa who really turns up late game, and a Huyi who stays strong pretty much throughout. So it eventually just turned into this big problem of the fact that free KSpot just couldn't quite secure everything that they had coming to them.
Indeed, and it's unfortunate, but it happens. So with that said, though, that was the quarterfinal matchup, which means that is still at least a top 8 place, top 8 finish for KSpot. So they still will be getting points this week, decent number as well. But we will be seeing a continuation for Spitfire. They'll be going into the semifinals. They will be playing the winner of Neil M up against Burly Men. I bet that would have been a good game as well.
Yeah.
However, we will be casting Potato Salad beat Risky Behavior.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got a lot of upsets this week. So we will be back in a few minutes with the next matchup. I believe we'll be doing the Nizzle Shizzles versus Potato Salad.
Yes, we will be.
Right. Okay, so we'll be back in just a few minutes with that one. Once again, this is week 4 of the North American Challengers Cup, Fall Challengers Cup, something. I don't know, week 4. My name is M Target, joined by Lord WizKid. We will be back in just a moment.